Hi folks, Steve Facio here from the Vermont Center for Eco Studies with my second weekly visit to a vernal pool for my vernal pool video series. If you recall the last visit we made to this pool, it was still about 95% ice covered and most of the woods were covered in snow. Now it's mostly thawed out. The woods are mostly free of snow, but still there's not much activity yet. There were a couple of wood frogs here when I arrived. None of them were singing, and I took a walk around and carefully looked, and there's no evidence of eggs yet. So nothing, no amphibian activity really, other than a few hardy males probably who arrived early. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to just talk about the kind of unique strategy that wood frogs have for surviving the winter. Unlike most amphibians, which hibernate through the winter either at the bottom of ponds or sometimes in well-oxygenated streams at the bottom of streams, or salamanders which go deep underground under the frost line in small mammal tunnels to get away from the cold. Wood frogs, along with gray tree frogs and spring peepers, use a different strategy. They actually freeze solid, and they use an antifreeze to keep their cells from bursting. So wood frogs, instead of hibernating underwater, they'll just hibernate just under the leaf litter, maybe a couple inches under the leaf litter on the top of the soil surface, find a nice little cavity maybe, and they'll nestle in. And as the temperature in the fall begins to drop and it reaches freezing, just as their body starts to freeze, it begins to dump a simple sugar, glucose, into their bloodstream. And it floods their body with glucose, all their cells, and prevents their cells from bursting when they freeze. But the frog itself will freeze completely, and if you were to dig one up in the middle of the winter, it would be like a rock, frozen solid. It's a frogcicle, basically. And they can freeze and thaw multiple times throughout the winter. And what really amazes me the most about this whole process is what the frogs do first thing in the spring when they resume activity and they regain function as they thaw out. They don't eat. They migrate directly to these pools and begin the breeding process and laying eggs in freezing ice-cold water that's just thawed. Pretty remarkable stuff when you think about it. So we'll come back in another week and see what's going on here. I expect we'll have some egg masses and maybe some salamanders to look at, or who knows what. So I hope everyone's staying well. We'll talk to you soon.